Hey guys, this is Roshni welcoming you again to my channel Circuit Globe. In today's video lecture, we'll be going to discuss what is electrical earthing and why it is necessary in any electrical system. So without wasting a minute, let's proceed. Guys, earthing is a way of transferring electrical energy directly from machine to the ground by forming a connection between machine and the earth. And this connection is made using a low resistance wire. This means that an electrical connection is made between machine and the earth so as to discharge energy without causing any damage when fault occurs in an electrical system. You must note here that no current flows through the earthing wire in normal conditions, but the discharge of current takes place through the low resistance wire in abnormal conditions. It is used as a precautionary measure to reduce the chances of danger causing to devices and humans. We will definitely understand more about this, but let's first see how earthing is done. So this is our source supply from where external voltage is provided to this electrical equipment by which current flows through it. Here we can clearly see that electrical earthing is provided to this equipment using this low resistance wire. This is known as earth cable or earthing cable and provides low resistance path to the leakage current to reach the ground. Guys, within the earth surface, that is at this particular position, an earth plate is present. This plate is known as earth electrode, which is a crucial element of electrical earthing system. So let's understand more about earthing electrode. An earthing electrode is a metallic plate which is present within the ground and has low resistance. It can be in the shape of pipe, plate or rod, and through this rod the fault current flows through the ground safely. To form connection between earthing electrode and earth cable, earthing lead is used. This acts as the joint between wire and the electrode. To have a properly earthed equipment, there are certain specifications which are required to be considered relative to earthing wire and electrode, and these specifications are as follows. Firstly, the resistance of the earth wire should be negligible, but practically this is not possible, so it should be nearly around 1 ohm and must not exceed 8 ohms. Secondly, the electrodes must be inserted in vertical orientation into the ground. And lastly, the distance of separation between earthing electrode and the installation system must not be more than 1.5 meters. Now you must be thinking that why earthing is needed and so much arrangement is required, as current simply flows through the load of the equipment. So after all this theory of electrical earthing which we have discussed recently, let's understand why earthing is needed. Friends, in the beginning itself we have discussed that earthing is used to reduce the chances of damage in case of any abnormal condition. Thus, in the simplest manner we can say that earthing protects damage of device and humans from getting electric shock or from getting electrocuted. Yes, you heard it right. If an equipment is not properly earthed, then it can cause damage to human life in case of abnormal conditions. Now you must be thinking, what is this abnormal condition and how a human can get electrocuted if he or she comes in contact with an equipment through which current is flowing in the absence of earthing. So to understand this, consider the figure shown here. By seeing this figure, you can relate it with the first figure which I have shown you while explaining the definition of electrical earthing. This is our source, this is the live wire, and this is the electrical equipment through the load of which current starts flowing when the supply is provided by this secondary distribution transformer. As we can see that no earthing is provided to this particular device. So let's see how this operates. So initially, suppose a voltage of around 300 volts is provided to this electrical equipment. Suppose the load resistance of this electrical equipment is around 100 ohms. We know that current is given as I is equals to V by R. So in this particular case, the current flowing through this load of the electrical equipment will be 3 amperes. However, in the meantime, if a fault occurs within the device like insulation failure, then the live wire and the body of the machine will form a connection, which is shown here. And due to the metallic body of the equipment, a leakage current will start flowing through the equipment. along with the original current which is flowing through the load of the equipment. And if at the same time a human touches the outer body of the equipment, that is this metallic part, then simultaneously a fault current will pass through the human body also, resulting in electric shock. Guys, it is generally said that the average resistance of human body is nearly around 1000 ohms. Although this value is quite larger than the value of the load resistance of this particular equipment. But if we calculate the current which will flow through the human body, then this will be nearly around 300 upon 1000, that is 300 milliamperes. And this is a quite large value for a human body to handle, as even by experiencing a current of 150 milliampere, a human body can get a severe electric shock. And in comparison to that 150 milliampere, this is just double. Thus, in unearthed condition, the person in contact with the equipment can be severely damaged. Thus, it is too dangerous to use electrical equipment without properly earthing it. Now the question arises how earthing prevents the body from getting electric shock. So for this, consider the pictorial representation shown here. As we can see here, proper electrical earthing is provided to this electrical equipment by the help of this earthing wire. So considering the same faulty condition where the live wire comes in contact with the metallic body of the equipment and current starts flowing through the body of this equipment. So in case of properly grounded condition, the leakage current which is flowing through the equipment rather than passing through the human body will simply flows through the earth wire and will reach the ground. We have already discussed that low resistance wire is used to provide earthing. Suppose the resistance of this earth wire is around 1 ohm, and we have already discussed that the resistance of human body is 1000 ohms. So obviously the leakage current will flow through the wire because it is the tendency of current to take the low resistance path. Thus the leakage current will flow through the earthing wire and reach the ground without passing through the body of human. Hence in this way earthing prevents the body from getting electrocuted. You must note here that to reduce the chances of damage of equipments in case of flow of leakage current through the earth wire, MCB can be used that will trip the circuit when experiences a leakage current through the low resistance wire. Another noteworthy point to be kept in mind is generally equipment with metallic bodies like refrigerators are provided earthing as these are good conductors of electricity, while equipments with fiber bodies like televisions are not earthed as they will not allow leakage current to flow through their bodies. We have already discussed that electrodes are crucial components of earthing system. Let us now see how electrodes are classified. Guys, keep in mind that the way electrodes are classified is a similar way in which earthing is classified. So basically there are three types of earthing electrode: plate, pipe and rod. Guys, in plate earthing, a metallic plate of copper or galvanized iron is buried within the ground. Generally, copper plate is not used due to its high cost, so in most of the cases, galvanized iron plate is used. The second one is pipe earthing. It is the most common type of earthing in which galvanized steel pipe is placed along the length permanently in the wet soil. Here the dimensions of the rod depends on application and soil type. The third one is rod earthing, which is used in areas of low moisture, as in low moisture conditions, more depth is required, hence rod is used. Guys, a low value of earth resistance is always preferable in case of earthing. So low value of earth resistance can be maintained by maintaining adequate moisture within the earth surface or by increasing the area of contact of electrodes or to deeply insert the electrodes within the depth of the ground. Sometimes use of two electrodes also reduces the earth resistance. Well guys, this is all for now. I hope this lesson turned out to be a useful one to you. In case if you want to have a more descriptive idea about electrical earthing, you may visit our site circuitglobe.com, and here you will find the definition of electrical earthing along with its importance. Also, for your convenience, I am providing the link for the same in the description box below. So friends, please do like and share this video with your friends. Also post your valuable suggestions in the comment section below and don't forget to subscribe our channel for further updates. I will catch you all soon with another useful lesson. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.